First, we'll review the higher time frame narrative, then the lower time frame entry model, and finally the lesson that this trade taught me. Let's jump into the chart. Okay, we turn the clock back to just before New York early morning hours. We are bearish on the 15-minute, which we can see we have a swing high and then a broken structure to create a lower low here. And so this is our full internal trading range. I've run a Fibonacci retracement so that we can identify where we are in the leg. We've already passed the 50% mark and are well into the premium area of the bearish leg. In fact, we've now entered the golden zone of the Fibonacci retracement, which is between this 0.618 and 0.786 levels of the Fibonacci retracement. If we zoom out even further, we can see that we're also bearish on the 15-minute external leg. We have a swing high here and have created a swing low all the way down here. Now, we don't know if it's the external swing low yet, since price action needs to mitigate this dotted line, which is the 50% line of the external Fibonacci retracement. Just the same as we have a premium zone within our internal leg, we need to be conscious of the premium zone of the external leg as well. And while we're in the golden zone of the internal leg, finding a confluence where price is able to mitigate that area, but also the premium zone of the external leg is huge. And that confluence gives me more conviction that we might see lower prices. And so for me, price mitigating the 50% mark of the external leg is key. As we zoom into more recent price action, we can see that we're starting to flirt with this 50% marker we have denoted, representing the start of the premium area of the external leg. Not only this, but another confluence is the fact that it sits within a 4-hour fair value gap that was left behind due to some aggressive downward movement earlier in the week. So at this point, we have three pieces of confluence: the 4-hour fair value gap, the 50% of the external leg, and the fact that we're presently in the golden zone of the internal bearish leg. Those are three key points of interest that we're looking to stack on top of each other. Let's play price forward to see what price gives us. After New York 930 open, which is a key area of liquidity that I want to pass through before I enter any trades, we see an aggressive move up that not only liquidates this high that we were looking at, but successfully mitigates the 50% level we were looking at, telling us that price has finally reached the premium area of the external leg. It's at this point that I would finally drop down to the 1 minute to see if I can get a refined entry for my trade. Here on the 1 minute, we can see the price mitigation of our key 50% line a lot clearer. The next step is to find a key level that buyers have come in and shown strength from. For me, it's this level right here, denoted with the orange line. It's the last area where price pulled back, but then was followed by an aggressive move up, which closed above this internal high. If I can see sellers come in and close price below this level, it tells me that they have enough strength to close below a key level and potentially move price further down in alignment with the internal and external order flow. Let's play price forward to see if we're able to close below this key level. We can see a little bit after 10 a.m. that price is able to close below our orange line, telling us that sellers are now in control. We can drop to the 5 minute to see if we can find an entry. On the 5 minute, there's nothing too obvious, so I'm going to slip over to the 3 minute to see what we can burn. And right away, I see a nice fair value gap forming. I can place my entry there and place my stops above this high right here. I can target a standard 3R, which coincides nicely with the present New York low, a key piece of liquidity that could be taken. Let's play price forward to see what happens. We get tagged in and almost immediately and start to move away. However, price needs to come back to our entry to collect more liquidity before the final move that takes us to take profit. This is the key distinction here. We don't want to move our stops to break even too quickly, since price may need to revisit our entry to collect more orders. In this trade, I did remove some of my risk by moving my stops down a little bit, but I didn't move them anywhere near the entry since I knew I could easily get wicked down before the real move begins. This is something I'm learning in real time and am actively applying to my future trades. The key lesson is this: external structure should guide every trade, because your entry might look perfect, but if it's going against the higher time frame, then it may be low probability. And this is something I'm refining now, not just looking for setups, but making sure they're aligned with the bigger picture, because the edge isn't just about the entry. It's in stacking, bias, location, and confirmation. I'm not a guru, I'm just someone documenting my journey towards consistent profitability using market structure, liquidity, and price action analysis. If this breakdown helped you see the charts differently, then subscribe. And if you want to see another trade breakdown just like this, then check out this video right here. Every trade teaches something different, and this next video might show you something you've never noticed on the charts before. I'll see you there.